Decentful with the People News. Alrighty, let's just go with this Plan Out our Learning channel. Let's see how this can benefit us in some way, shape, or fashion. Okie. Alright.
Backbone of the U.S. military. You all need to know that only the enlisted can save the republic and the democracy. So, if you know an NCO, somebody that's in the military, if they're enlisted, could you send this video to them? And if you've never watched my videos, I will send to you, hey, right? You guys have all sorts of power that needs to be used. You need to file some charges by the book. Now, I'm a veteran. I'm going to try this from the outside, but the same thing to try to get a court martial. Because the courts that we see, right, in the civilian world, they have absolutely nothing to do with the Constitution. They're either ecclesiastic courts, or they're courts run by esquires, which are actually crown agents, right? So, you know, we've been invaded by Britain, basically. But if you're in the military, well, you can file charges, right? And that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at the court-martial manual for a little bit and the UCMJ for a little bit. And I'll show you where things are written. You don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to show you what's written, right? But, you know, you have to put the paper in. So basically, you file charges with your commander, swear to them, and, well, now we can have a court-martial. Up until then, we couldn't have one. I have no idea what your commander's going to say when you try to do this, but he may thank you. Because I don't think they can do it, right? They're officers. We're enlisted. We have a different role to play than they do. And as an NCO, you're the backbone of the U.S. military, so just go do it. You put up with all that shit in Afghanistan and every place else, it's a fucking piece of cake. Just walk into your commander's office and say you want to file charges. And hand it to him. That's the part we're going to talk about, right? I'll send you fully prepared. So, and again, if you do this, hey, your country will thank you, because this is the only way for the republic to be safe in the democracy. Now, the democracy is nowhere in the Constitution. All that's written into the Constitution that's guaranteed is a Republican form of government. Well, we ain't got one right now, because a Republican form of government would be appointed or elected officers enforcing written law. That isn't what they're doing, right? We go to the court, and they have the courts, they call it judge-made law, whatever they want to do, right? That's the democracy. Whatever 51% of the people want is what rules. And so the democracy is this separate, like a private jurisdiction in the republic. And we've been shanghaied and put into the democracy out here in the real world. But in the military, well, you're in the military. You're under a different form of law. And you're under the military law. Now, you know, this kind of blows people away, but you just think about it. Just a second, right there. Since 1861, or maybe it was 1863, the United States has been under martial law. Lincoln declared, well, let's go look at it real quick. Hang on just a second. Yeah, Proclamation 104, suspending the writ of habeas corpus throughout the United States, September 15th, 1863. Well, that's never been rescinded, right? And if you were to suspend the writ of habeas corpus throughout the United States, then you've just suspended the Constitution throughout the United States. But if you violate one part of the law, you violated the whole thing. And this is all it took to put us under martial law during the Civil War, and it's never been rescinded. And, you know, all this stuff is covered by military law. We'll look at it in a second. I'm just saying that's what happened, and that's the United States.
Now, this video came out today, but you guys heard me talk about this on a few videos prior, and I've been kind of sticking on it off and on through all my videos. Alrighty.
But that's really not what the democracy is anyways. The democracy is the United States of America. So in the United States, under martial law, the military is in charge. You'd have a military government, And all veterans would be part of that government. We'd be like the eyes and the ears of the commanders out in the districts to make sure that the contract judges and so forth that that were contracted to run all the different organizations or agencies of the wartime government are doing their job properly. But instead of doing that, we've let these agencies become the boss, and they did that by putting us in a democracy. It's kind of confusing, but it was really quite easy to do. All I got to do is put a couple of errors in your records. If you don't change them, well, in the court of record, they look at the record and says, well, this is what the record says. If it says you're in the United States of America, then so be it. But that really isn't the basis of this video. I'm just saying it goes on and on and on. What's happening, right? The only way to end it, to end this fucking thing called the democracy, and go back to the Republican form of government, is for the United States jurisdiction, which is military, to have a court martial. And you do that by filing charges, and there's a way to do it. So you can do it by the book, and you can say, well, it says right here, sir, I can do it. That's the thing that they can't get past, and this is it. But truly it's the thing that they love, because you can show them where it says it by the book, then they have to do it. But until you show it to them, they can say, well, I didn't even know that existed. Didn't know it was there. Never saw it before. No. Well, as soon as you show it to them, right, you relieve them of their deniability. So that's what we need to do, is relieve people of their deniability. And your country will thank you. And so, anyways, hey, it's Sunday. Today's September 5th, 2021. And I am Staff Sergeant Robert Allen Rudlewski, U.S. Army veteran. Back to the 80s type veteran. You can call me Rob Ryder. And my email address is courtofrecord@aol.com. COURTOFRECORT @AOL.com. And my phone number is 616-712-6179. So if you're an NCO that wants to file charges after you watch this video, contact me. And we'll figure out the words to put on paper, and you walk in your commander's office and see what the man has to say.
Alright, so I'm going to end it here. I may do another one with him, because it goes in a little bit more details of the oath of office and all that kind of stuff. But, anyway, see what you think. Bye, y'all.